Merry Christmas, Bahamas. This is MB12 broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight, highlights from Prime Minister Perry Christie's Christmas message to the nation. We also hear from the Deputy Prime Minister. A new system of Junkanoo scoring will make competition stiffer this year. Heavy police presence aimed at making you feel safer this holiday weekend. And why Marcos City residents may be having a bleak Christmas. I'm Paige McCartney, and we've got those stories and more straight ahead on MB12. Welcome once again to MB12. Prime Minister Perry Christie expressing optimism for the Bahamas in his Christmas address to the nation. He said in a statement that government is encouraged by new developments and investments, including a recent heads of agreements for significant new developments, the Prime Minister says, will herald a bright economic future for the country.
We are also encouraged by the progress being made in relation to Bahama. We therefore look with optimism and confidence towards the day when this resort will fulfill its promise and positively impact the economic life of our nation. Despite all the setbacks, I remain absolutely convinced that this will happen in 2016. This is not wishful thinking, it is well-informed optimism. We are also buoyed by ongoing infrastructural developments in our nation, and by the new pages that are being turned in the vitally important spheres of telecommunications and energy.
Also addressing the crime scourge, Christie promised tougher measures to tackle crime in 2016.
At the same time, however, those who remain intent on pursuing lives of criminality, who only want to rob and steal or to inflict violence upon others, to such persons, they must hear this: cease and desist, because there is no place in our society for those hell-bent on senseless acts of violence. The strong arm of the law will catch up with you. So stop now, and stop before it is too late. We will be introducing even tougher measures to combat criminality in 2016. Bringing down crime is a challenge of the highest priority, and one that we are determined to wrestle to the ground in the new year.
The Prime Minister added that despite challenges and setbacks, milestones like government's National Development Plan, Vision 2040, the implementation of the first phase of national health insurance, and the expansion of the economy leading to the creation of new jobs makes him feel good that the new year will be even better for the government and the Bahamas.
You will be hearing more about our specific plans in all these areas as the new year progresses. So I feel good about our prospects for 2016. It's going to be a good year for the Bahamas, a good year for Bahamians. I'm convinced of that, and together we can make what already promises to be a good year even better. I wish each and every one of you, my entire Bahamian family, a Merry Christmas and God's richest blessing for the new year.
Well, Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis also has a Christmas message to the nation. He told MB12 recently his hope for Bahamians this holiday season.
I wish that this Christmas season that each and everyone would enjoy their family and friends, use the opportunity in exchanges of gifts that they are giving to each other to exchange love at the same time. Recalling that this is the season that reflect on love, the love of Jesus Christ, and that love that we should have for one another. And recognize too that it is the power of love, not the love of power, that will progress this country and build our nation.
Well, the Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade is set to start in just a few hours, and good news, forecasters are giving a clear skies report. In fact, meteorologist Jeff Green says the weather looks pretty good. He says for the most part there will be fair conditions with temperatures in the low 70s tonight and then dropping to the high 60s at around midnight, so you might want to wear a sweater if you're heading out to the parade. As for rain, forecasters say there is a less than 20% chance, and if there is a brief passing shower, it wouldn't be enough to impact the parade. Well, president of the JCNP, Silbert Ferguson, says a lot of measures were implemented to ensure this parade runs significantly smoother than previous parades, and organizers spent the better part of the week paying attention to the details so that there are fewer hiccups.
The communication with the police went awry last year, and it cost us the terrible parade that we had last year. We have done everything so far this year to correct all of those items. I think one of the main things we did was to have a conclave, an 8-week conclave that allowed our Junkanoo participants, our fans, and the Junkanoo community.
Following that conclave, Ferguson said a number of things was decided upon to improve future parades, including the decision to start Christmas night at 10 o'clock, and a non-popular decision for many. But Ferguson said some had hoped to start the parade Christmas night at 8 o'clock.
We almost had 8 o'clock nailed down, but we had 10 o'clock and we opted for the 10 o'clock start. I think that's going to be great. It's going to allow a lot of families to get out to the parades early enough. They can catch the first lap and they can be leaving the parade at 2, 3 o'clock to head home.
Another major change involves the holding areas for Junkanoo groups.
Group A1 and Group A2. So in this Boxing Day parade, the music makers and the Saxon superstars, they will hold or they will assemble their groups Frederick Street South. That is the area they will leave from. All of the B division groups that are parading to start on Bay Street, that's B1, B2, B3, B4, they will parade from Frederick Street North. And the remaining A division groups A3, 4, 5, and 6, they will parade from Bay Street right up from the west, heading east. And that is going to allow us to have 3 groups ready to go at all times. Okay? We thought that was a significant change in how we did things.
Ferguson said all of these changes may seem frustrating for Junkanooers who preferred to follow tradition, but were made in an effort to streamline the parades.
The rules will change next year again because we are going to probably put in a new rule that will not allow groups to sit in the hole. It will allow them probably 20 to 25 minutes to exit the hole, and that will put some more speed into our parades. We also, this Christmas Day at 3 p.m., we will be doing the prejudging of all of the lead costumes. And so those lead costumes will have the opportunity to be downtown from about midday to 3 o'clock for their judging session. And so that will really help us with groups not having to be getting into the arena late. They will already be downtown. Only the small pieces will be coming into the parade. But there's a caveat there because all of the truck passes that will be issued for groups and their trucks, their deadline to enter the parade zone is 7:30. Okay, so those truck passes will be no good to you after 7:30 on Christmas night. So we're asking groups to please adhere to that.
He added that Junkanoo group leaders have been good at isolating their individual problems and are focused on tightening up those issues to make the parade flow more smoothly. Well, police say they are ready and waiting for criminals who want to challenge them and Bahamian residents this holiday weekend, with Assistant Commissioner of Police Leon Bethel affirming that every corner on the island will be saturated with uniformed and plain-clothed police officers.
The Commissioner has called all hands on deck, all police officers. They will be deployed throughout all of the divisions of New Providence, every police officer. And when people who believe that they could commit crime and get away think that, look here, they can go and commit crime in some of these neighborhoods, they have another thing coming, because all of the police are not downtown. We have police in every division of the force.
Bethel said every asset on the force will be utilized for maximum effect and safety this holiday weekend.
We have all of the dog units out, all the SWATs out, all of the law and selective enforcement team out, all of the mobile crew out, every reserve that is available is out, teaming up with the regular officers so that we can have a maximum effect of the security of the patrol, the stop and search. So it is not going to be just concentrated to the downtown area. We are going in like we have done weeks ago and to continue to do it, to go after the criminals wherever they are. We are not laying back to wait for them to come to do anything to the Bahamian people.
He said police have been gathering intelligence for some time now on prolific offenders who may be in gangs and robbery rings, and officers have their eyes on them.
The ones who are involved in gangs, the ones who are on bail and still in possession of handguns, who might be a part of a robbery crew, who may be a part of a gang to try to retaliate at some other gangs. We have identified all of those persons, all. And I need those gang fellas to know, all. And hence, the SWAT team has been deployed, and still information is going to be information and going into the new year so that we can deal with every one of the gang members.